What are the things you believe this year that you would bet your own money on? How bold can you get? Well, here's one that I think we're going to disagree on because I rate these on a scale of 1 to 10. Let's see what you think about this one. Bold prediction number 1 from Brownsville, Texas. Arch Manning wins the Heisman. How bold is that? Some of you are going to say not bold because he is the odds favorite at FanDuel right now to win the Heisman Trophy. So how bold is it to say the number 1 guy on the odds board wins the Heisman? I say it's a 9 because I say, well, yes, but you are picking one player out of that group. And let's be real, even though Arch is the odds favorite, there's not a ton of gap between him and like DJ Lagway. He's plus 700, Lagway's plus 1,700. Yeah, you'd make more money if you bet on Lagway and you won than if you bet on Arch and he won. But it's very compressed, as you can see. And if you're not watching, as you can hear. The other thing is you're picking one player. I'm taking the field. You're taking one player. That's why I would make it a 9. However, I do this frequently. I answer a question, but then I debate the other side of it. So there may be some people looking at that saying, Arch ain't going to win the Heisman. No way. Well, I would say, well, he is the favorite, so there is a way. And, well, yeah, but that's just because they know his name's big and a lot of people are going to bet on him. That's the same reason Vegas favors the Cowboys by more than they should be favored every week. Probably a little truth to that. But, I mean, what should he be, 50th? No, so he should be in the lead pack. But if you say there's no way he's going to win it, well, that obviously means you got it figured out. So where are the slam dunk choices above and beyond Arch Manning? Is Garrett Nussmeier a slam dunk Heisman winner to you? Is Cade Klubnik a slam dunk Heisman winner to you? Is it going to be Jeremiah Smith, a non-quarterback? Like, where's the slam dunk? So yes, Arch absolutely belongs up there. And then I would imagine someone else is yelling, a first-year quarterback's not going to win the Heisman. Have you heard of Caleb Williams? Have you heard of Bryce Young? Have you heard of Kyler Murray? These are just recent examples at the quarterback position of first-year starters who won the Heisman. So it's a 9, but it's there. It is there to be had. Next up, this one's not to me. Jason from San Diego said, both teams in the national championship will not be from the Power 2. So no Big Ten in the national title game, no SEC in the national title game. That, my friend, is a 10 on the boldness scale. We had some disagreement in the office today, but it's a 10. So at FanDuel right now, 15 of the top 18 teams in the odds to win the national title are Big 2 teams. Notre Dame is 6. They're not one. Clemson is 8. They're not one. That's really all you need. Miami's 13th. If you get a Notre Dame-Clemson national title game, this prediction hits. So it's not impossible. I just think it's highly improbable. And here's the thing. You got 12 teams this year. You're guaranteed 3 teams at least that are non-Big Ten SEC. You could have as many as 5, just depending on how the field shakes out. So you'll have representation. Minimum a quarter of the field will be non-Big Ten SEC. So you'll have some candidates in there. Are they going to run their – because remember, you have to have 2 non-SEC, non-Big Ten. And I think it's not impossible, but it warrants a 10. Next up, this would be a disaster. Michelle, shame on you. Michelle, friend of the program, met her last year at this game? No, it was the Texas-Michigan game. So she just set the whole thing on fire. She goes, Michigan will beat Ohio State for the 5th straight year. This is only an 8. I'm not going to continue to, get a hammer to my face on this game. We were called a Michigan bootlicking program the other day, by the way. From what was the guy's name? I promise I didn't forget intentionally. Detroit radio host. You know who he is. He called me a Michigan bootlicker on the air, and I defended myself. But you know what I forgot to say on the show? I've picked Ohio State to win this game 4 consecutive years. I am 0 for 4. I'm the worst Michigan bootlicker on the planet because I never pick them to beat Ohio State, and they always do. So what does it take for this to happen for a 5th straight year? Well, the line's out. If you want to bet this game right now, you can. Ohio State is favored by 5.5 at Michigan. The game is obviously in late November. Hey, quick timeout. Check and see if you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not, make sure you do. It's free. It doesn't obligate you or sign you up for anything. It just helps us keep the channel free. All right, back to the show. There is no way anyone knows what these teams will look like by that point. There is no way you know what those quarterback positions look like by that point. However, if you think to yourself, ton of defensive line production lost for Ohio State, and that's where we've owned them. We've had the physical edge over them, and we trust the Michigan physicality no matter the names on the jersey, and we got them in our house. We'll be able to lean on them, shorten the game, compress the game. Hey, maybe you will. That's why the line's 5.5, not 15.5, and last year it didn't even matter that it was that big. So the other thing that I was thinking about here, I don't know how it would impact the game, but it would somehow, is the NCAA decision should be handed down by now. So either one of two things is happening. Either Michigan does get hammered, and they view this as their Super Bowl, basically, or Michigan doesn't get hammered, and one of the things that Ohio State folks have really held close to as sort of a thing to look forward to in the future is out the window, and Michigan's gotten some reprieve, and that they go into it free and easy, and oh, by the way, we've beaten you 4 in a row. Why should we be nervous about this? Just an interesting dynamic. I'm going to make this an 8. No bolder than an 8. Lastly, this would be sad. Trent from Nashville, Tennessee, he says this will be the final season for 2 of the 3 longest tenured head coaches at their respective schools. So we got Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State. We got Kurt Ferentz at Iowa, and it was Kyle Whittingham at Utah. And he's saying 2 of those 3 will be done. Now, he said at their respective schools. I don't really see a world where Kurt Ferentz takes a new job or Kyle Whittingham takes a new job or really Mike Gundy, although I'd love to see Mike Gundy in TV. But, I mean, if they're gone, it's either because they retired or they got fired. 2 out of those 3, huh? I think that's an 8.5. I could see this. Kurt Ferentz has been around a long time. Kyle Whittingham's already named his head coach in waiting. Gundy had a terrible year last year. It's been very contentious between him and Oklahoma State brass. It's just a mess behind the scenes. So, not to mention the entire sport has changed. And maybe these guys feel fed up with it after this year, win or lose. So, like, there are dynamics in play that don't make this as crazy as it sounds. I'm going to make that an 8.5. Like, this prediction could be hit with nobody being fired. That's how unbold that is. But it would be notable.